We're here now with the Diamonds left fielder Javier Marticorona, and we are excited to have him here because we haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, and we're going to find out how he ended up in Pittsburgh and where he's going from here and all the good things about baseball when he grew up. And let's start with that. Where did you grow up, and how did baseball become part of your life?
Grew up in Miami, Florida, and baseball became part of my life because my dad grew up playing it back home in Cuba. So he shared his passion with me.
The whole Cuban baseball thing, I know that now the relations with Cuba are getting better. They seem to go backwards a little bit sometimes, but forward, backwards. There's a lot of baseball in Cuba. There are a lot of Cuban baseball players, I assume. But, you know, not just the Pugs, but I mean other middle-level great baseball players who are going to come play baseball in America, we hope. Do you have any insight on that? Have you been to Cuba?
No, I haven't been to Cuba yet, actually, but I do have plans to go over in the off season now that I got a passport.
Oh, great! Oh, excellent,
Yeah.
Excellent. And well, we'll have to talk about that if we get to talk to you after you go. That'd be terrific.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Miami. You play baseball. Do you play Little League, Babe Ruth? Tell us about the progression.
No, baseball down there is actually just like division, and then it's travel baseball. So it's pony, bronco, age divisions, and then travel baseball. So I played a lot of tournaments, and I traveled around a lot when I was 13 and 12. Traveled to New York, and I came down over here to California when I was 13 for the Pony League World Series.
Oh, wow. And so how'd you end up in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh here? Well, I was in the Frontier League spring training with Florence Freedom, and then I ended up getting released, and then I went back home for, it was like about a week when Miles called me and told me to come try out, see what would happen. So
this was last year or this year?
That was this year. This spring training.
So,
yeah.
And now that you're here, what's the best part about Pittsburgh or being here, the Diamonds, or?
Oh, it's definitely the opportunity. You know, I always said everything's gonna happen for a reason. I think it really did happen for a reason. I don't think I would have learned as much as I already have playing in the Frontier League for another manager as I have, having just played for 2 months with Miles, and he's been a great coach and a great mentor. You know, being the same size and facing a lot of adversity because of our size and stuff, and so he's really taught me a lot of the game mentally.
Tell us a little bit about that. What kind of adversity?
Well, growing up, I grew up faster than everyone else. Always the bigger one. Everyone thought I was gonna be huge when I was 18, 19, gonna go in the draft out of high school and all this, and then it was actually because of my height that I got turned down in the draft out of high school, having led all of high school baseball in the offense, but they just said that I was too small to go through college, put up numbers through college, and then so I went over. I didn't have all that a career in college, unfortunately, and then I went off to New York last year in the Empire League.
You're from our perspective, you're faster than you look like you should be. You get to the ball a lot quicker than anyone thinks you might be there, and you have a lot of power in your swing. That I do look like you would be a powerful swinger, but that's not a bigger surprise. But you're fast. Is that not? Are people surprised by that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I definitely think that you don't have to be the fastest outfielder to be a good one. You know, it definitely comes from the reads, from reading the pitcher, reading hitters' tendencies, and I think that's one of my biggest aspects and biggest plus sides in the outfield is where I grew up in the outfield, so I feel very comfortable out there. You know, I'll get good jumps, good reads, take good routes towards balls. You know, so it helps a lot for sure.
Where do you go from here?
From here, hopefully winter ball somewhere. Honestly, just keep playing as much as I can for as long as I can. See what happens. You never know when something's gonna click. You know, you're gonna go through your ups and your downs. Not every year is gonna be your best year. So just keep playing ball, I guess.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.